is a message to all Europeans that are in America for the World Cup. There's something nobody's telling you, and frankly, I feel a moral obligation to step in. You think you're going there for soccer? No, you're not. Because the moment you land in America...
It's honestly be the best stadium I've ever seen. Look at this. Oh my word. This place is incredible. The US weren't joking when they said they had the best stadiums, because this is insane.
Bro, man, it looks so fake. Like, genuinely looks so fake. Oh my god. Yo, this stadium beats 90% of Champions League stadiums. Absolutely.
It's mad how open it is. I don't think you normally get that in European stadiums, just with all the bad weather that we get, so it's pretty cool.
European fans were ruthless. They ridiculed American stadiums, saying they lacked soul, atmosphere, and history. The stadiums in the United States were said to be appalling. Then they came in.
The way that this is real, just look at this. Oh my word. This is incredible. America is literally so advanced because I don't even need to go to the stadium anymore. I can literally just watch the game here. Literally.
Something that people from Europe have to do when they visit the States.
I definitely get involved in the sports stadiums and the fan experience and stuff like that, you know. It is a bit of a trek to Foxborough, but when you get there, it's...
Because this stadium is on another level. I'm not sure which is better between the one in here in Atlanta or the one in Dallas, but I can't stop thinking about how good these venues are.
There are real football stadiums here. They laughed. But when they witnessed a World Cup match in the US for the first time, their arrogance came to an abrupt halt. The immense size, amazing elegance, and thrilling atmosphere overwhelmed them.
Look at this. Look at that stadium, mate. Oh my word. I'm not sure why people were worried about these US stadiums, because if they're anything like this, they completely top the Euro.
Apologies to America, but their football stadiums are so much better than ours. This is the Dallas Stadium, and
fortunate enough to go to both the Dallas and Houston Stadium, but I've got to say, Houston, this is a proper stadium. Look at this. This just the vibes. This feels like a football stadium. Just look at that. Full of Japanese and Brazil.
What happened next shocked everyone. The same voices who had previously mocked American venues as massive retail malls suddenly paid visits to cathedrals like SoFi Stadium, MetLife, and AT&T Stadium.
There's no way that this is normal. Look at this. Like, this is a high school stadium. What? Look at the amount of seats in this place. Do they actually fill these stadiums?
Stadiums are next level. I've waited until the end of the England game to show you this. There's a roof above my head, there's air conditioning units, it's 35 degrees outside and you wouldn't even know it here. The roof even opens and closes. I feel like this should have been the venue. Well,
Americans know how to put on a damn event. Have a look at that, bro. This has to be the best stadium in the world. If the MCG was like a Toyota or a Holden, the Dallas Cowboys Stadium is like a damn Porsche, man. Shout out Jerry Jones.
They were met with billion-dollar pieces of art created utilizing technology that made many ancient European locations charmingly archaic, rather than the inferior bowls they had expected.
Was it different from home, like the stadiums, the fans? Does it differ in any way or no?
Yeah, people at home, and when we're watching a soccer match, we watch the soccer, you know. And here, people, nobody's paying any attention to the baseball whatsoever. Like, you know, they're just getting drunk and eating burgers and stuff like that. You know, at home, no, we don't have beer in our stadium.
It's mental. We must have come in super high. You can't even see the pitch. It's like it must be below ground level.
Drinks and just a lot of people in one place, and then you get into the stadium, and like it's Arrowhead, so you know. Like, this is where the Chiefs play. This is one of the most electric environments in the NFL, like one of the best fan bases in the NFL. And just, it's so wildly different.
These critics performed flawlessly on hybrid grass surfaces. Fields are so masterfully designed that even the most, what distinguishes it from home, Is it any different from the stadiums and the spectators? Yes, no one is watching baseball at all while we watch a soccer match at home. You know, people are basically eating hamburgers and getting wasted at home. We don't serve beer in our stadiums, you know. For example, we must have received a very high score. Not even the pitch is discernible. It must be beneath the Earth's surface. One observation is that there are many people and beverages gathered in one area, accompanied by music. As soon as you walk inside Arrowhead Stadium, you are aware that the Chiefs play here. One of the NFL's most thrilling settings, along with one of the greatest fan bases in the league, was entirely different when these reviewers stepped onto hybrid grass fields that performed beautifully. Because of their superb engineering, even the most skeptical groundskeepers were compelled to admit that the field's quality reached or exceeded worldwide standards. The pitch held up throughout intense play. As the ball rolled true, players moved with assurance. No one wanted to remember all those dramatic warnings about American territory, so they became ignored footnotes. The scale alone astounded them. Europeans had laughed at the massive size of these American stadiums, claiming they were unnecessary for football. But as the crowd filled those seats and the atmosphere grew, the size stopped seeming like a disadvantage and started to feel like an advantage. The way sound traveled through these massive structures created waves of noise that were like the best nights in Europe. The huge volume of home crowds and supporters from throughout the globe surprised even the optimists. Instead of being the indifferent onlookers the detractors had predicted, American supporters displayed genuine zeal and commitment. While organizations like the American Outlaws led shouts that seemed to go on forever, families and first-time visitors added layers of joy that turned contests into real events.
Grocery stores with entire aisles with cereal or chips, and then sprinklers going off unexpectedly while you're parking your car after going to one of the Starbucks drive-thrus. And yes, drive-thrus are everywhere here.
A dream come true moment, and I'm going to show you my reaction walking into this ground and watching England at the World Cup in America. What is going on?
Oh my God, look at this.
Okay, so I'm in LA, first time for me, and it's the first time at this pretty ridiculous stadium. It's called the SoFi Stadium. It's the home of the LA Rams. This place cost $5.5.
America's implementation of every detail became inevitable. The technology in the stadiums worked flawlessly. Even on long match days, everyone was comfortable thanks to first-rate amenities, easy crowd mobility, and instant replays on big screens. Reporters from Europe who had earlier reported on the approaching disaster now published new reports full of grudging admiration. They admitted in public that the group functioned like a broken machine. Without the pandemonium they had expected, millions of tourists were handled by logistics that many had warned would collapse under pressure. Transportation links were operational. Security remained effective. In addition, the whole fan experience offered comfort and excitement to an almost unfair extent. The apologies had a certain ironic flavor when they came. Writers are now penning pieces about how the United States has raised the threshold for hosting major tournaments, whereas previously they dismissed the American football initiative as a money grab. They admitted that their earlier assumptions were more prejudiced than insightful. Even jokes about eating humble pie were made by some, but the amounts were significant given how confidently they had predicted doom.
It's failure.
It's mental. We must have come in super high. You can't even see the pitch. It's like it must be below ground level. One thing you know.
Just look. This is huge. So I'm here with Mr. David Preston Jr. and he's invited me over to the local basketball stadium. Would you say it's just the basketball stadium?
Basketball stadium, arena.
It's just the arena.
Stadiums are next level. I've waited until the end of the England game to show you this. There's a roof above my head, there's air conditioning units, it's 35 degrees outside and you wouldn't even know in here. The roof even opens and closes. I feel like this should have been the venue.
I think the stadiums have been a cut above. A lot of our stadiums in this country are second rate, even compared to like the American college stadiums. We've got to move with the times.
The voices that dominated the media before the incident progressively shifted. They acknowledged that, in this case, bigger really did mean better. From the wider concourses that prevented traffic to the innovative fan zones that sustained excitement before and after games, American fans were particularly respected in these reversals. Instead of pure passion from the masses, critics had expected polite clapping. Rather, they discovered stadiums that were just as noisy as old-fashioned football arenas. The spectators' diversity added richness, with seasoned soccer fans standing next to individuals who were ill during the match. This organic growth of support proved to be more effective than any imported atmosphere. Europeans participated in something that seemed authentic and thrilling, despite their expectations of a cultural mismatch.
$160. You could buy a ticket to the World Cup, or you could buy that skeleton.
Your mouth's of those.
Yeah, that's expensive.
This stadium is balmy. Air conditioned. It's about 47 degrees, so thank Christ.
Oh, Kansas City! I must say, this is a fucking epic stadium. Wow, it goes high up there. Look, this is the stadium. This is pretty damn...
However, the difference grew more noticeable with each subsequent game. While numerous European leagues continued to suffer with decaying infrastructure and intermittent fan unrest, American stadiums showed what massive investment and state-of-the-art engineering could accomplish. Comfort was also crucial. The seats offered better sightlines. The climate control systems gracefully handled weather variations, and the facilities exceeded expectations. Fans discussed the experience after games as much as the actual game. Experienced tourists agreed that it felt different. The United States has expanded the concept of a football stadium without compromising the fundamentals of the game.
It's that big, it's that high, they had to dig down 100 feet so the roof wasn't in the flight path. How ridiculous.
We need to start taking soccer more seriously, because what I just saw tonight at Jordan-Hare Stadium was unbelievable. Argentina and Iceland played a sold-out game at Jordan-Hare Stadium, and it was absolutely gorgeous. The vibes, the scenery, it was electric.
This transformation revealed deeper truths about capacity and culture. America accomplished more than only hosting the World Cup. The scope and execution of its hosting compelled even the most skeptical people to reconsider their views. The country proved that it could adapt, improve, and elevate an occasion with European roots. Moments were larger in larger environments. The advanced fields allowed for better football. The passionate crowds produced global atmospheres through social media and highlight reels. Doubters, who had before ridiculed American aspirations, were now searching for reasons why their predictions had failed so badly.
I think I'm never going to get over the fact that they gave MetLife the World Cup final. But now we've seen every single World Cup stadium in action. Which one has the best aesthetics? One that took me by surprise a lot was the NRG Stadium in Houston, because this is probably the most European football coded.
I was doubtful about this World Cup. There's one thing you've got to hand to the US, is these stadiums are incredible. Look at the size of them. There's all of them 100,000, all of them, and us UK lot, we can't compare. The only problem though is they're fully Yanks normally. Other than that, they'd be fantastic.
This is a high school stadium facility in Texas. In England, this would be a professional setup.
Transitions between games were the only things that made it seem better. As teams advanced and the knockout stages intensified, the stadiums kept up their performance. No major scandals occurred. There were no pitch failures during play. There weren't many complaints about the facilities. Instead, the conversation turned to appreciation for what America has produced. Fans from all nations came together inside these arenas to share experiences and create memories that extended far beyond the results on the field. The competition became a showcase for both football and what could be accomplished with thoughtful, substantial investment.
A 70,000 seater stadium, but it can be extended to 100,000. I don't know how they do it, but without further ado, let me show you, because you won't believe it, honestly. Here we go. Drum roll.
We have to prepare our sport for the next generation to enjoy, and the stadia in America is doing.
What do you think of the stadium?
I love it. Nice stadium. Best stadium I've been to. Best stadium.
By the final stages, the narrative had completely transformed. European observers, who had previously been at the vanguard of resistance to American hosting, now backed the choice. They highlighted record attendance numbers and positive player remarks as evidence that the decision had been the right one. They admitted that the enthusiasm for the sport had unexpectedly spread to the United States. The advancement appeared sincere and sustained as a result of being exposed to excellent activities in esteemed venues. What had begun as skepticism had evolved into reverence and, in many situations, outright praise.
Sweating so much. It's like a heat advisory here in Atlanta, and I cannot wait to get over this threshold and into the stadium. Oh, I can feel it already. This is the dream. Air-conditioned stadiums. This is the one. Oh, I can feel myself cooling down already. It's like being in a fridge.
Okay, I passed by all the Tunisian people. Now let's see where is my actual seat. But the view is epic. Wow, stadium is loud. It's really loud. Look at that. You see, I expected more people in orange after this morning's march. Boy, it's so cool to be here. Super grateful, super happy. Let's go all out.
America has done it again, proving that it typically goes above and beyond expectations when it makes a pledge. The 2026 World Cup was more than just a triumph. It changed the conversation about what it may be like to hold a global tournament today. Going into the summer, European reviews were cynical and had low expectations. They left with updated viewpoints, more thorough notebooks, and a new understanding that often the biggest surprises come from unexpected places. The facts stood tall in those glittering venues, difficult to refute and even harder to forget.